There's no such thing as work-life balance. None! Learn to be super successful. Subscribe to my channel, Meathead. Okay, any questions about this before we move on? It's pretty simple. Yes, sir.
Mr. Peña, probably a simple question, but maybe
Yeah, okay. From a simple question from a simple man, okay.
Yep. 5 calls a day. I would
Yep,
make
yes, sir.
And I'm getting, the first calls I made before, after London. I attended London, and I immediately started, and immediately I was getting hits, interested parties that wanted to talk, but I didn't pull it through at the time for obvious reasons. That's why I'm back. Now you're successful, so you're collecting all these appointments, like, hey, it's starting to go. Where do you stop? Because in a way I could imagine that the funnel is getting filled and filled and filled and filled. And today I'm a one-man show. How would you go about it, just to get your thoughts on that?
Well, not for you, but I was taught you can never have too much sex. You can never have too many leads. The differentiation is whether, now the fat tub of shit here, I'm assuming your wife is a lot better looking than you. So, yes. So, but the fat tub of shit, the fat tub of shit is laughing. He thinks, it's probably what my wife thinks. And, don't touch me. The last time that you rolled over and tried to get, you may have a seizure here, doc. So, but you can never have. But at the beginning, you're filling the funnel with more people. But you're going to find out that all those leads, all those prospects you think that are prospects aren't real prospects. And as you get down, you're going to find out that some of them are just suspects. So then you throw them out. Now, some people, I threw them out. Some people put them in another funnel because those suspects, vis-a-vis what happened in Corona, have now become prospects because they're afraid, they have no succession plan, so then they call you. And you've had 2 or 3 people, from the Carlines to the Viking bitch, say that now, and even the gangster lawyer, say that they're not calling us back because they're more afraid and they're more interested and more serious about being a seller. And so to answer your question, you keep calling. Andres Miller still calls. Marcus Bauer still makes cold calls. And they're getting a lot of people coming to them now because they've been at it successfully for 2 or 3 years, and in Marcus's case, over 10 years. And at some juncture, we talked about assistants yesterday, or virtual assistants, or your assistant will keep track of those leads. But that's after you've already got the funnels operating. No, not in the beginning. In the beginning, you need to talk to every single one of these people. You need to understand and hear the questions. You need to be able to frame the answers in your words, not just the template words. And especially if English isn't your primary language, yours is going to be probably Dutch. And so you answer them slightly differently. But your answers, whether they're in the same language or a different language, are going to be 75, 80, 85% of what it says in English. Now, there's a couple of languages, Arabic, there's 2 or 3 words that don't translate. I've been told that fucking 40 million times, okay? In certain languages, in Parsi, there's 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 words that don't translate, okay? Well, we're not going to change the fucking templates for 12 people in 5 years. But other than that, they translate. So you keep as many. You just keep calling. Now, 5 calls you're making, you're going to get 1 prospect that's willing to sell. So at the end of the week, you might have 5 you think is willing to sell. And once you go through the process, by the end of the 2nd or 3rd week, of those 5, only 2 you realize are really willing to sell. And by the time you go out and you ask them for the 3 years tax returns, 3 years of your financials, maybe none of them will send you the information. So then obviously they're not willing to sell, or they're not motivated enough to react. You want somebody that's more or less, metaphorically speaking, going to sleep with you. And we all know not everybody's going to sleep with you. And you just keep pushing.